Obviously, you're not a golfer.
You want a tow? I can get you a tow. Believe me. There are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but Walter...
Hell, I can get you a tow by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish. That rock really tied the room together, did it not?
Sound cut.
Yes, it did. It tied it together. It's cold in here. Another cold one.
Oops.
Look at that. Look at this. I like to keep it chilly in
It's
here.
colder on your side.
Well, that's true.
It's where all the dead people are.
Hey, my name is Joseph Eastwood. First, this is James Koppel. Welcome to this podcast. Really ties the room together. Let's just get into it. We're doing White Fire.
White Fire.
White Fire.
White Fire. Phenomenal.
White Fire.
I'm going to ruin it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not saving it for the
I
end.
was going to say, yeah, we usually save this for the end. Did it tie the room together?
Hell yeah.
It tied the house together. It was more than the room. White Fire. By the way, I also have to address this elephant. Oh, by the way, also thanks for all the new subscribers, likers, listeners, all that stuff. Appreciate you. Love you. Keep on watching, comment, all that stuff if you can.
I've lost my notebook.
Oh, no. It's around somewhere, right? Is it over by that gin? So
I can get it. I get it.
yeah, doesn't matter. So this week I have to address this because I didn't show you this, Koppel. 2 different movies that we were going to do. One was Beyond the Law.
Right.
The second one was TC 2000. And each time we were going to do them, I sent Koppel a screenshot of the wonderful show. I love it. I'm a paid subscriber. The Action Boys. I sent him a screenshot that said, uh-oh, Action Boys beat us to it. Not that we're in competition with the Action Boys. We do not have those numbers. Guess what? Yesterday, Action Boys. White Fire.
No.
Yes.
Dude,
They found White Fire. I was like, I'm not changing it. Like, we're literally doing it tomorrow. I didn't listen to it. I'm sure it'll be funny. So we will see. I'll listen to it later. So, yes, I'm aware the Action Boys literally just did White Fire. This is going to come out at least a week after they did White Fire now, maybe 2 or 3. All right, let's get into it.
let's do it.
This is called The Ins and the Outs. White Fire. Everything looking good over there. Yeah.
White Fire.
White Fire. Do you just want to watch the trailer for White Fire?
Yes. Any chance to watch any part of this movie again?
Seismograph readings indicate white fire. A carbon diamond of great size. White fire. White fire. The legend purports that the white fire has fatal powers.
Arrow, baby.
We got some competition, Sam. Some Italian woman named Sophia seems to be the leader.
I want that white fire.
Was she Italian? Was she Russian?
Italian. They tell you she's Italian. They had to tell me. I didn't realize it
What
until
did
they
it be
told
on
me.
fire for, Sam?
You will want your sister alive.
Okay, there were a few problems.
They know the whole operation.
Priceless
I
rock.
detest physical violence.
Fred Williams.
What's one lousy life? For the white fire.
Don't you see? If we can get it, we can finally leave this place forever.
You sure you want to go through with this?
I'm doing this for you.
Why?
Because I love you.
You take it easy.
Brother and sister, remember. White Fire. White Fire. White Fire. White Fire. Fire!
So good, dude.
White Fire! Holy crap. I will say, it doesn't get much better than that.
Like, I even have it written down. White Flame.
It's really worth noting that your career
Hey, we got a commercial.
in probably
Don't be talking about my career, man.
Yeah, hey, easy. What are you, my mom and dad?
Question form for this movie.
Oh, yeah, well.
All of them. Like I didn't write down any actual notes. It's all questions. Why did they?
Yeah, absolutely. We started things out here on the show by doing the ins and the outs of Whitefire. Came out in 1984. By the way,
84 or 87?
84, I think. Is it 87? I think it's 84.
Yeah. It's Superman.
Superman's 87. By the way, we have an old friend of the show, friend of friends, friends of us. He's a made man, is what I'm trying to say. Is intern Kyle's over here.
Intern.
He's intern Kyle. He has more education than both of us put together twice over.
Yeah, at least. Maybe more.
But yeah, Kyle's here to maybe look up some things we're missing, make sure everything's kind of running smooth, and to chime in if he feels like it.
That was 1984.
It was nice.
Thanks for having me, guys.
That's great.
Hello, everybody.
Nice.
Do we need a separate camera for you?
Yeah,
you want
probably.
to stay it'd be nice if we had like a, just like a phone camera, or something. Like a lesser quality, like my son's camera. It takes like 10 pixel.
Yeah, that'd do me well.
Or just your laptop camera might be fun. Send that. 1984, Whitefire, September 19th. What do you think the number one song was? A couple good ones here. I know. I think I know all three of them. Yeah. I'll give you a clue. It's by John Waite. He had to wait a while before he had another number one.
Sunglasses? The Sunglasses song? No, that's not John Waite. That's
he's missing somebody.
he's
missing you.
at all.
I am missing you at all. Missing you. I just realized I had the audio for the TV jacked back there.
Why did I say sunglasses? That's Corey Hart.
That's Corey Hart. Number one move. Oh, also number two song. I just called to say
I love you.
I love you. Which was
Ray Charles, right?
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy, I'm not touching that one. Just called to say I love you. Number three, Caribbean Queen.
Yes.
Caribbean Queen. Listen to these movies. I'm not saying I love all these movies, but listen to the number one movie and then all the movies that were in a theater in September of 1984. Number one movie, All of Me. Number two, Ghostbusters. Tightrope, which is probably still holds up. Purple Rain, Karate Kid, and Revenge of the Nerds. We're all playing in 1 month.
That's
1984.
That's running the gambit.
It
right?
really is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying those are all like, but you know those movies,
Right.
I mean,
And they're all completely different.
yeah, Tightrope and All of Me, yeah. But Ghostbusters, Purple Rain, Karate Kid, and
So
Revenge of the
Tightrope
Nerds.
is what?
Mel Gibson.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's life story? Or
Yes. Before,
it's a very tight rope.
it's a very tightrope. Before he had a career. It's 1984. It was just.
It's just him in a circus playing guitar on a tightrope 30 foot up.
Number one show. You mentioned this one before. It's back to number one, 1984.
I mentioned it before.
I mentioned, yeah, no kidding. That's a clue. I think Fritzman brought it up one time, and he said there was a lot of ugly broads. on that
Dynasty? Dynasty, yeah.
His words, not mine.
Right.
Fritzman. That was my great grandfather. Yep, those are the number one things. The band that did the soundtrack was called Limelight, and they did a great job.
So was it like a Rush cover band?
That's what I'm thinking it was.
But it sounded more like Air Supply, kind of. I don't know.
This movie stars, the only person you know in this movie that I knew was Fred Williamson. He stars in movies like The Hammer, Hell Up in Harlem, which is good. Black Caesar, which is also really good. Lots of exploitation movies. And a movie called The Hammer, I already said that. And of course, Dusk Till Dawn, like most modern people would know. Modern audiences would know him. You know the modern people out there like you and I. All of us. Robert.
Flashback.
That's right. Robert Genty Ginty? I don't know. That's the star of this movie. He was in a couple movies, one called The Alchemist, which looked cool. Looked like I had a couple sequels.
I'm going to be honest. All the movies he was in looked cool.
They did. Women of Desire.
Yeah.
That one looked good. And The Exterminator 1 and 2, which is kind of a cult horror movie that I didn't really think about it was him until I looked it up. And I was like, oh, that's right. Belinda Maine. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if Belinda... We're going to get into this. There's two actresses that are the same... I don't know how to explain it. Belinda Maine, she was in Don't Open Till Christmas, fun horror movie. She was in a movie called The Tigress, a movie I want to see called Night Kill, just because of the movie, and Kroll. She was in the old classic Kroll. All right, here is the breakdown. You know what's fun about this is intern Kyle. He hasn't seen these movies, so we're going to ask him as we go along, like, is this making sense? Are we explaining this movie? Here's the summary of the movie. Bo. Our lead guy, Bo, his parents were murdered by a sadistic stranger. This is not my words, by the way. This is like the IMDb. Only he and his sister Ingrid survived, and 20 years later, they are employees at a diamond mine. They're not. Only one of them is. Where they stumble upon the legendary White Fire diamond. They don't stumble upon it, which provokes, this is my favorite part, some not so nice villains.
As opposed to the nice villains.
You might as well say they ran into some criminal bad guys. They ran into some hateful Nazis. Like, yeah. That's goes without saying. Hey, by the way, we're drinking some Traveler's whiskey, just a little sippy there. And we're having Bicycle Thieves, which is kind of an American take on the Negroni. Some gin, some Campari, some cran. All right. You ready to get into this thing?
I've been dying, dude.
I know. Couple watched this.
I watched it
way ahead of me.
Ago.
And last time I saw you, you did nothing but want to talk about this movie. All right. Well, let's get into it.
Everyone else is trying to have normal conversations. I'm like, let's talk about White Fire.
White Fire. Yes, White Fire. I feel like I'm missing some other ins and outs. Oh, the director. I really didn't find much on the director, so that's all I think I was missing there. White Fire.
Opening scene, dude.
We have a cold open. There's a family running through the woods. You're like, hey, what's going on? I wrote down instantly, I love the color.
Oh, yeah.
Just the color, the way the movie was color graded just looks cool. I miss the old film that looked like that. What do I have here? Oh, yeah, there's just a couple bad shots of, like, it's light on this scene shot, and then they turn to the other guy, and it's clearly at night, or they just didn't have enough light. There's a flamethrower. Oh, so it starts off.
It's so confusing.
It's so confusing. There's a soldier chasing a family. Soldiers chasing a family. We'll find out about halfway through the movie, spoilers, it's our main protagonist, but they take a while to connect the dots to let you know it's them. I think you're supposed to just assume it's them. Nonetheless, I just have to get straight to it. There is a flamethrower shot of the guy catching on fire.
It's awesome.
Kyle, maybe you can see if there people died on this making of this movie. You can see him like trying to put the fire out as he's running away from the Jeep that he just got roasted in. He's literally like, somebody put me.
Yeah.
And you can see the guy that's doing the flamethrower. You can see him be like, oh, you all right, Steve? Like, it's that bad where I was like, Jesus Christ. It happens again later in the movie. More guys get set on fire from explosives, and the same thing happens. There's a guy whose face catches on fire.
Yeah.
And he starts
I have a feeling that there were some people really maimed, at the very least, in making this movie.
Did I write it down?
But it was worth it, I'm sure, because this thing is a freaking masterpiece.
I don't think I wrote it down. Oh, yes. If you look this up, it says this movie is a French, American, Italian, Turkish thriller. It's like, how about Russian? There's supposed to be Russians in this thing. There's a chase on the beach. The kids and the mom are getting away, right?
What? Okay, if you're first of all, worst soldiers in the history of history. chasing this family of middle-aged man, younger woman, and
kids.
2 children.
2 children.
They can't track these people down, even though there's like 50 soldiers
There's
with
so many
AKs,
soldiers.
and the dad stays back, right?
Yeah, he's gonna like
Sacrifice himself for the
sacrifices
family.
himself. That's the guy that catches on fire and then has to put his face out.
The mom and the 2 kids running down a beach forever.
And the soldier, it's a good minute, and the soldier's just running behind him.
Yeah,
about 10 paces.
Yeah, 10, 15 feet, maybe. Why chase? If you're going to shoot
If
her
you're
in the
go-
back,
exactly.
then why waste the
if
energy?
your plan is to shoot them, why chase her for 3 minutes on the wet, soggy, sandy
Which
beach?
makes it harder to shoot because you're out of breath. Just
Exactly.
shoot. Just
He's going to
shoot.
be all wobbly when he shoots that innocent lady.
They're going to kill that poor... No.
The soldier kills them after they're running. The kids are left alive. He doesn't kill the kids because somebody just shows up. We find out later it's their father figure, Sam, shows up and neck crack, I think. Gives him a neck break.
Yeah.
It's like, where were you 5 seconds ago?
Right. Right.
You could have saved the mom, too. I think you just watched it go down. Like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Yep.
This guy here might be good. Oh, the other thing we didn't mention, everyone. So this is filmed by, I think the Italian part is the film crew. And I know it's the film crew because Italians film MOS, which is a lot of times, which means there's no sound. They don't have to worry about catching sound on the day. They know they're just going to dub it later.
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie is dubbed. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's by
sometimes by different people, I think. Maybe.
Yes, I was going to say,
Yeah.
most of them I think are the real people, I think. I'm not sure about the Italian lady and the mine manager. I don't think that's him. I read that he's in every one of this director's movies, but he doesn't care to do the ADR later.
Maybe his voice is all jacked up.
Yeah, I read a little bit about him.
Because he looks all masculine. He probably sounds like this.
He was like a muscle man
Yeah.
in some like old cowboy review muscle man show or something. That was the table.
I have my notes. Second thing I have written down: flamethrower scene was intense.
It was so intense.
It was like it made me yell. I was like, "Holy shit!" You know,
I
like,
did too, because I was like, "That guy's on fire."
It's intense.
So anyway, the mom's dead. That's the last we see. Cut to what's going on? White Fire song.
It's a setup. The beach. The end of the beach scene is the setup of the brother sister bond. It makes it.
Yes.
It really solidifies. I
Yep,
mean,
they're
they
crying,
are close.
They're crying over the mom, and they've seen some stuff together.
Yeah.
Including their bush.
Yeah. Yeah. They have not.
We'll get
there's
to that.
nothing about them that they don't know about each other.
Yes, that's right. We'll get to that in a little bit. White Fire song kicks in. There's a blonde, which is our main lady, Ingrid. Is
Yeah,
that right?
I think.
Ingrid. Now, for some reason, you brought this up. Inside the mine, the guards wear Darth Vader helmets.
But with the clear,
with
the clear mask.
Yeah. In blue jumpsuits. Later, we learn red jumpsuits for officers, blues for guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so you know who's
Yeah,
who.
because that really, if you didn't know that, it would just, you would be lost in this movie.
I do like this movie takes the time to do silly things that I do appreciate. Let's see. Oh yeah, we figure out this lady. They got this elaborate little operation they do there. The lady, the sister Ingrid, she goes in and does some work. They have this, but we see that if you steal a diamond, they have this crazy thing that scans you from the future. It looks like, and if you have a diamond on you, they just murder you. There's no laws in this land. They murder you viciously. I couldn't understand how it worked.
At the beginning, at the very beginning, I was so confused by the scan.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are they scanning for?" Because I didn't know there was a diamond mine. You don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
She's just coming in, and they scan her. I'm like, "Well, she's already in. So if she's contaminated anyway, the scan is too late." And then I figured out it was diamonds.
It has diamonds in.
But actually, I don't even know if I figured it out. Lacey figured it out and told me, and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense," because I'm too stupid to figure that out.
The mine boss who's one of my favorite people because his dub.
He talks like this, just about all the time. Hey, where's that brother of yours? He sure likes to take care of you.
He tells her at one point.
That's pretty much dead on.
He's gonna drive you down the highway.
His dialect. Oh! Every time we're getting into it.
Hey, at least we got into it this time.
We did get into it because it's so exciting. We could actually just, I don't know what we even have in store. Oh, I do. I know it's in
I have no idea what's in store.
I know what's in store. Took me a moment there to remember what's in store. So, no. What's all that about? We can. So we like to break it up a little bit here in the middle of the show, so it's not so. So I can address the Carrie Fisher hate that I've been getting online. We could watch a pool scene. I think we need to save that. Yeah, I think it's time for Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play this though. I think that would be too much.
Like the rehashing what you said about Carrie?
Yes, I was gonna like literally put on in the background what I said about Carrie.
Well, I think they got it the first time.
Oh, you don't think I should replay it? Because I think I should play my own clip.
You ever have Paul Simon write a song for you? And while you choke on his wiener, there's a bunch of dancers from Africa going choo-wah, choo-wah. You should. I'm Carrie Fisher.
Look at my uncomfortable face.
I told George to keep it. I thought people love getting brother juice. Oh, God. Carrie Fisher's coming here because of me. Did you ever have Dan Aykroyd go down on you while the Ghostbusters are shooting crossing beams over me? You should. I knew where Star Wars was going. I was like, yeah, give me that.
I stand behind it.
You ever choke on Paul Simon's wiener? I'm talking about the politician. I made his bow tie go round and round. Round and round. A bunch of Africans around me dancing. He didn't pay him for nothing. Jesus. He took the music and the culture and didn't give him a dime. Tried to fit that space worm in my mouth and broke my jaw. Oh, you ever had Dan Aykroyd lick your butthole while you look at Dolph Lundgren's dead wife? Oh, you should. Oh. Jesus Christ. I'm hungry, Brian. You're gonna have to floss your teeth with Wookiee hair. I'm Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher.
Okay. So that was...
Yep, that was a lot of it.
That happened. And
Thoughts?
Kyle, what do you think about that? You think that's good for our YouTube?
Well,
Most of our videos, they don't have like huge numbers or whatever. We got a small group of people out there watching us. But they're usually like 90 to 100%, and the the likes versus dislikes. Carrie Fisher, I think there's somewhere around 7% likes. But no, here's what that, so I'm going to explain myself here. That was in reference to a stand-up that she used to do. Carrie Fisher had a one-woman show called Wishful Drinking. And everything I'm saying, she doesn't talk like that, but just about everything I'm saying is a real exaggerated paraphrase of what she said in that special. Like literally the special was her saying things like, you ever have Paul Simon write a song for you? You should, it's great. And that's pretty much the special. There were no crafted jokes. It was just, I'm going to tell you about things that happened in my life.
Brag about it a little.
Brag about it. Then say, if that ever happened to you, that was her tagline. It should. It's great. So it annoyed me because she came out and was like, I'm a stand-up comedian. And I was like, I love you, Carrie Fisher, but you are not a stand-up comedian. That was all my point was. Now, over the years, I've turned it into
maybe
something a little too much.
Maybe next time we introduce something like that. We watch the original first and then comment on, and then we can the listeners can have a context of where it's coming
probably
from.
A good idea.
That way I could cut down on the death threats to my family and from
Star Wars fans are weird, and Marvel fans too,
which we are fans of both, by the way.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: this movie, there's a weird incest theme, so the idea of brother juice is probably going to come up here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Give me that brother juice. It's going to come up.
This movie's weird.
So,
it's amazing.
It's so weird and amazing. That's right, Kyle. There's a scheme to change his, well, we're going to get into it. There's sister banging. That's all we're saying. He's ahead of his time.
He is.
He was 2016 before 2016 knew what it was.
Yes.
If he would have predicted COVID porn.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The other thing that people say, which I've heard, I do a bit of writing. I'm not like a, no Oliver Stone. But I do a little writing of movies and shows and sketches and stuff. People I've heard for years, Carrie Fisher was the most respected script doctor in Hollywood. Over and over I heard this. She's the greatest script doctor. You give her...
I never saw her play any type of medical person.
No, not once. Yeah. She played a nun, I think, in something.
It's mending the soul. Same thing as a doctor, I think. Same amount of schooling, too.
Seminary. That's not right. Nunnery.
Seminary.
Seminary. Yeah. The nunnery is where she had to go. Nonetheless, I got a list of Carrie Fisher movies. These are official movies that Carrie Fisher did script doctoring on.
I'm sure they're all top-notch.
Let's see if these are legendary movies. Carrie Fisher. She rewrote
Brother Juice 3. I had to do it. Sorry. Go ahead.
She wrote Wookiee Floss. All right, you ready for this? Possibly the worst Steven Spielberg movie of all time.
Oh, God, there's a long list.
I hate it. Hook.
I loved it.
You like Hook?
I don't know. It was fine. I just wanted to see your face when I said I loved it.
There's no way.
Like, watch this reaction.
I didn't like it when I was young, and when I try to watch it now, I'm just like, this is just a pile of, you know what? We're on the radio. Hey, WDBX, how you doing? 91.1. Keeping it clean for you, baby.
The camera look again for me.
I did the same thing.
Hey, radio people. I got to break myself.
All right, here we go. This one's great. Actually, I don't mind this movie. The Last Action Hero, which was a just bomb on all levels.
Yeah.
It's become appreciated. I tried to watch it recently, and it's got some fun moments, but
it's fine.
It's not great. Some people love this movie. I would say it's trash that's been elevated slightly just because of the actress, and that's The River Wild. The River Wild is a fine movie. If you took Kevin Bacon and Meryl Streep out of it, it's a piece of crap. It's literally held together by their charisma. And John C. Reilly, he's awesome in it. You like River Wild? You a big River Wild?
It's all right. It's all right.
No,
I loved it.
That's my point. It's nothing like, it's okay. All right, here we go. Now this one surprised me. Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah.
And Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Yeah. Now, she also did The Last Jedi.
Was she the one that wrote in Jar Jar Binks'?
Yes, it's all her. Now, here's a great one.
He thinks the birthday juice.
Look, this classic, Sister Act. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
Sister Act. The script of Sister Act, she put in that mafia angle.
That's Whoopi, right?
Yep, Whoopi indeed. And The Wedding Singer.
3.
Once again, these aren't bad movies, but they're not, And here we go. Scream 3, the weakest of all the Scream movies.
Well, your voice is pretty weak after the third one,
Well, of course, unless you're one of them Scream queens, baby. My least favorite of all the Coen brother movies, Intolerable Cruelty. She rewrote that one. And that is it, folks. That's Carrie Fisher's big list. I'm not saying I don't love Carrie Fisher.
Legendary movies is the questionable part.
Yeah. Next week, we're going to talk about the Prince solo that the internet loves that I can't stand. Just to get some more hate. All right, back to it. Whitefire. Whitefire. We could listen to the whole song. Let's see here. We got to jump ahead. We get a star. He's got a stash. I mean, We talked about the guy, the red jumpsuit, the boss of the mine. He wears this sweet red jumpsuit. He's got a gun on him at all times.
Yeah.
His mine. It's just weird. He's full of awkward pauses when he acts. He'll say things. I said we got a real Firewalker vibe because of the Jeep chase in the desert. And then I wrote, I genuinely feel bad for these Turkish extras. Because there was a scene when they were in the Jeep, and there was a dude holding on for his life in the back of that Jeep. Like, he had a gun, like he's supposed to be shooting, and you could see he was just like, I don't care what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm scared for my life.
Die.
Yes. This is not how I imagined the movies, me breaking into the movies, like dying in an actual scene.
There's no rules in Turkey for film. They probably get paid those guys like $5 a day, probably. Yeah. You want to be in a movie?
Which a lot of times is probably too much.
Would you like to be in a movie?
I hope that they had that guy getting the locals.
Would you like to make $5?
He's the talent.
Hang on a Jeep? You.
The talent scout.
Your face is pale. I think it needs burned. Would you like to be stuntman?
They get kidnapped. We find out it's not really a kidnapping. These people want them to work for them because they're such good diamond thieves. And it's
15 mile an hour maximum in that chase scene, by the way.
Oh yeah, maximum.
I think because they probably lost a couple people and they were like, we got to slow it down.
Turkish men died.
Yeah,
in the chase, and they had to change it up. They get taken by these people, Liam Neeson style. But it turns out it's an Italian lady who Jesus, it took half the movie. At one point they said she was Italian, and I was like, that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Her accent was so bad.
But it sounded Russian.
It was, I didn't know what it was. Yeah. I just thought, I didn't know what I thought. I was just like, what is this?
How did they know? How did they know?
That they stole the diamonds?
Were diamond thieves.
Oh, so because the guy that looks like...
Oh, yeah. He's a spy. He's
who did I call that guy? Yeah. Oh, man.
Keith Hernandez. He kind of looks like Keith Hernandez when he played for the Mets.
I said Frank Zappa. I kept calling him Frank Zappa.
Pretty much the same thing.
A little ethnic. There's a big thing. They get him, and there's this weird scene. I didn't. Did you understand this scene at all? Bo, they're like, listen, we want to steal. You keep stealing the diamonds. It works perfectly, and we'll just split it with you.
Right.
And Bo's like, all right, that's fine. You're gonna kidnap my sister, take good care of her. But let me tell you something. And then he does a judo chop.
How did Bo know the guy stole a diamond?
That's what it was. He stole a diamond.
How did Bo not get shot and killed?
Right, yes.
Proving it.
Because people had guns on him.
Yeah, the whole time.
He just did like a judo, like,
yeah.
He's like, and he calls him something weird. You have a traveler with you or something. Yeah. Freelancer. You have a freelancer with you.
How did she get tied up 12 seconds later? Because he walks out. He walks out the door, and then she's downstairs tied up.
He walks out the door. He kicks a guy off the boat. Kung Fu's another guy. Looks in a window, and she is tied up in a totally different place in the boat. And the freelancer's getting ready to rape her.
Yeah.
And brother, who of course is like... obsessed with his sister. He's got a thing for his sister.
Big time.
It's like he watches it for a minute, where he's like, "Oh, what's this guy doing here? Oh, sister!" Before he breaks in and saves her. Then we get this epic scene right here. Is that coming right now? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there are some sweet chops to the neck.
Yes.
Double hammer fist.
And then he reaches in the chick's bra.
Yes.
At the end of it. And grabs the diamonds, and she's like, don't you think he should have checked the pockets first? And he's like, it wouldn't have been as much fun. Lacey kind of brought that. She's like, he just grabbed her boob. And
I can't believe I'm saying this. He actually has some funny charisma to him, I think.
He's so awkward that everything's funny to me.
But here in a second after this fight, he goes to pay off a guy, and he's like, you got any money? He doesn't have enough money. And then he jumps down, and there's a naked lady just sunbathing in the boat, and he's like, hey, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this? He has a little bit of fun. But this fight breaks out on this thing. And so a series of things happen that's just unimaginable.
The headbutt scene.
That's from her.
Yeah,
her
she
headbutting
missed
the
that
guy.
headbutt by a
She misses
foot.
that headbutt. It's as far as that crystal ball is.
Yeah.
And he's like, he frees her. They go out to the docks, and these guys have a bunch of poles, just long.
How did? Okay, there was no alarm sounded. Hey, these people are
he's on
getting
the
away.
loose. Yeah.
These people just. So I
Bo and Ingrid.
assume if you're anyone walking down this. It's not a port.
It's a dock.
A dock.
Working dock.
I can't think of big words like dock. I guess
if only he were here.
Yeah. I guess if you just walk down, if you're anyone, you just get attacked.
You get attacked because, they're literally like, oh, there's some people there. They just surround them with big poles, which I thought, oh, those are to push the boat out. I get that. But then...
The chainsaw.
There's a guy sawing up a tree. They're on a dock. There's not a tree.
By the ocean.
For miles.
No.
There's not a tree.
The guy's like, just...
There happens to be a limb in the middle of the dock that he's sawing. And, of course, our hero, Bo, grabs the steel chainsaw.
Yeah, it's a great name brand, too. Still's a good song.
I'd say it is. And goes to town on these guys. It's a great scene. I don't know if I have it or not. Then they jump in the boat. Boobs on the boat.
There's a lot of boobs in this movie.
I was going to say, that's our first set of boobs, I think, right? There comes some more coming. Then we meet Sam. We realize Sam's the guy that saved Bo when they were kids.
And Ingrid. Whatever the hell.
He says, there's a leak. There's got to be a leak. I did write down is Bo's wife trans. I thought they might be real ahead of the game.
Yeah. Sometimes she's real Southern. Her voice is very Southern, and then other times it's Italian, and other times it's...
It changed a lot.
I don't know how many actresses voiced over her, but...
I thought Bo's changed a lot. Sometimes he talked like kind of low and like this, and can't do this. And then other times he sounded like he was right out of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He would just be like, we can't do this. It's a stupid idea. What are you thinking over here?
Which one do you think was his actual voice?
Was the actual voice? It had to be the quiet guy, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
They needed more emotion from him in the other scenes. Where
we're really not getting
I just can't do it, Ingrid. There's dock fight, chainsaw, bam, bam, bam. They get away in a boat. They get back to the boss.
The spear.
Oh, there's a spear. Yes.
She chucks that spear right through that guy's back, and then it's angled
sweet.
down, up.
It's the wrong angle. Everything's wrong.
But it was a great scene.
It was. We meet Sam and their wife, and I wrote down, everybody loves throwing these diamonds around. Every time somebody transfers these diamonds, they're not like, here's the diamonds. They're like, there's your diamonds. Hey, little careful here.
Careful, man. There's some diamonds here, you know?
Yeah. For real, though. We hear about, Peyton's just like, is this the scene? Oh, back at the mine, they find a cave, and they're doing some excavating, and this is when they find white fire. White fire. This guy finds the white fire, and that's him we see in the trailer where he's going, white fire, and he touches it. Why does everybody want the white fire? It just kills you.
Yeah.
It literally, if you touch the white fire, it burns you to death. Pretty quickly. He wants to go see the boss. This is where the boss is like, he's like, sir, there's a miner that wants to see you. And he's like,
miner? What do you mean? I have thousands of miners. I don't care about the miners.
He said he found something about a legend.
Send him up.
He does not. He does not send him up though. He meets him somehow.
Yeah.
He's like,
tell Ingrid to meet me.
They go down. They see the white fire. He sees the white fire. He instantly kills the guy, grabs a pickaxe and kills the guy that told him. Ingrid, after like a minute, says, why did you do that? And he says,
what's one lousy life compared to the white flame?
Yeah.
This guy's awesome. He totally made the movie. So yeah. Oh, also, this is another. It happened again. Another cave.
Well lit.
Another cave in a movie that's so well lit you don't need torches or flashlights.
No. Well, you got the white fire there.
Got the white fire. That's
completely lighting up the cave.
Burning your face off.
Yeah. It's radioactive.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I guess only
Now-
if you are touching it, it's radioactive.
Spoilers
Which
later.
is how a lot of radioactive stuff is.
Which is exactly right. Later, spoiler, they're going to try to steal it, and Sam says they need something like a mechanical grab.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're a nuclear engineer. What's a mechanical grab? You know what that would be?
I have no idea what that is. I think that was made up.
What? You telling me this? You telling me this?
Yeah.
Movie?
It's not an actual nuclear thing.
It could be a thing.
Nuclear. All right, just wondered. This is when I had both.
I just
voices
picture
different.
all the toys in the box, and it's got the hand that goes like this. And it goes down and
It's a mechanical grab. You missed it. God damn it, I'm out of quarters.
White fire.
Does anybody have change?
This is why no one's ever stolen the white fire, because the mechanical claw.
The mechanical grab's not functioning properly. I just keep getting teddy bear. Ingrid. You try it. I think this joystick's broke. This thing's a scam. It's not even strong enough to get the white fire.
Let's see here. Here we go. They're back at the place. There's a great little scene where Sam's cooking and Bo's like, needs salt. And Sam's like, you don't tell me what I do with my cooking. This don't need nothing. And then he leaves and he tastes it and he's like, it does need some salt. That's what I'm talking about. This movie takes time to do shit that has nothing to do with the plot. It doesn't further.
But a lot of the plot is cut out for those moments.
Things. Yeah, there's a thing in writing where it's like kill your babies, which mean the little things that you think are funny. You got to cut all that out, and all you need is the plot. You don't need the silly thing. They did the opposite.
Yeah.
They were like, let's cut out the plot and just keep on.
I wrote this joke. I love this joke. This is staying in. Part of the plot can be cut out. It's fine.
So here we go. This is the scene, Kyle. I actually have this scene. Let's just watch it. If we can. Maybe.
White fire, white fire.
So here we go. No. Oh. But I did. Did I hit it? No, I didn't. All right, here we go. She's outside swimming.
The sister.
Okay, I'll be right here.
And I'm gonna back it up here.
Well, about time somebody attracted something around here.
No.
Take back my...
So she's been swimming. So they already took the advantage. She's been naked in this pool for.
It starts out with her basically with her feet and her hands on the ladder to get out of the pool. So she's arched like this with her boobs up.
Yeah.
That's how. And then she swims. Yeah.
And it's just naked swimming for way too long.
Yeah, 3-4 minutes.
Way too long. Then she gets out and takes.
Is it too long though?
Then she gets out and takes a shower. She's a beautiful lady. The shower setup is sweet. They have
is sweet.
Shower set up right by the pool. You shower right when you get out. She showers. Then this happens.
Okay, I'll be right
So
here.
what are you doing down here? Trying to track the entire Navy?
Well, about time somebody attracted something around here.
You are. Look like that.
Take back my towel.
It's his sister.
So they don't look like anybody's kid sister anymore.
Get back to me. Stop it. Give it now. Don't look at me like that.
There's our guy. Little Trump action.
I'm sorry. It's in 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm going for a quick swim.
And then watches her the whole way with that look.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, I personally, I don't know. I guess maybe my family was different. This is how pretty much me and my sisters. Is this not normal behavior? Like every time they get out of the shower, I'd be like, well, too bad you're my sister, and then throw it back.
There we go.
Who wrote that?
Oh my gosh. I don't. So that happens. Right after this, she gets murdered. And so does Sam's wife.
Yeah.
And
the
a dog.
And the dog.
Another dog death in a movie we watched. What the hell's going on?
Do you have that
No,
scene?
I do
The blow dart scene?
do not have that scene.
That's the one I would have
They
picked.
were hard to find. I was really lucky I found that scene. There's only a couple available on YouTube. He steals the towel. I said it gets real weird. She says, I'm going back swimming, even though she just got out. And that's when, she tries to, she puts up a good fight in a towel, which is
what
impressive.
caused all this? He wanted to put ketchup on that steak.
That's right. He got mad about it.
Sam's like,
No. I spent 2.5 hours.
I'm doing the other guy's voice now.
You spent 2.5 hours cooking that steak, no wonder he wants ketchup.
Yeah, for real. I don't eat meat, but yikes. So she goes to throw a knife, and the Italian lady says she wants him alive. She goes to throw a knife, and Frank, what's his name? Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
Blow darts her
Quickly. Pulls it out.
So fast. Right in the head. She goes down instantly.
Her head goes
dead.
back and her eyes roll back. And she's just standing there for a minute. Instantly.
Dead.
From a dart.
Dead zo.
And then she smacks the shit out of him for killing her.
Yeah. I wanted him alive.
That was the dude. That's the scene where I went black. I started I was laughing so hard that the tunnel of darkness started coming around, and I was fading out of consciousness. I was laughing so hard. The dart scene was. It
blew me away. I was like, did she really just get blow darted to death?
It must have been poison. They don't address that because just a dart to it was just barely sticking out. It's like you teed up a golf ball. You know, it was just like. And she's deader than a hammer as soon as it hits.
Straight back Ric Flair, but backwards.
Yeah. So.
No, it was great. I wish I had it. Bo runs up there. He starts crying. We get a flashback to them as kids.
He keeps pulling her towel to cover her up.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
She's got a towel and he's trying to cover her up. I'm like, you were just creeping on her literally 3 minutes ago.
We can't skip this over. The fact to where whenever she notices that something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And there's a rustling and she the fact that she automatically assumes that it's her creep brother.
Her creep brother, yeah. She's like, Bo, is that you out there creeping on me again?
Again?
Nope, it's Keith Hernandez ready to kill you with a blow dart.
Mookie Wilson,
an Italian lady.
Keith Hernandez and Mookie Wilson coming
to. Then they have out of nowhere. I don't know if I missed something here. Bo gets I said it has double neck hammer fist, but I'm not sure. Because they're in the bar. Bo goes to throw some stones in the ocean. That's his reaction to his sister dying. And he's throwing stones to the ocean. Here comes Sam. He doesn't want to hear anything Sam has to give him.
Even though Sam lost his dog, his wife.
Yeah, doesn't care at all. It doesn't comfort Sam in the least. Sam's all cares about him. Doesn't seem to care at all about.
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
And he's throwing stones, and I just wrote down he's sad. He should have banged her.
That's exactly. It's exactly my thoughts. I was like that. He's just mad.
He's like, damn it! I thought it was going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
She was smiling. She didn't put up too much.
I would like to address the fact that Bo looks like Larry Bird's third cousin.
He does.
Yes.
He does look like.
And he acts. His acting is like he's doing a Jack Tripper.
Oh my gosh! There's a good shot of it.
So it's Larry Bird's third cousin acting through Jack Tripper.
Jack Tripper. That's good.
It's a lot of the movie.
All of a sudden, Bo's in a bar. He's getting drunk. There's a lady right next to him. They barely talk.
Right.
At all. He gets in a fight, but she does say, you want to come back to my house or whatever. They get in a fight. Not her. Bo gets in a fight with the bar.
Well, she fights.
She does fight.
Yeah.
Bo gets knocked out, double hammer fist. Somebody knocks Bo out. It was pretty fun.
Double nerve shot, I guess.
Yeah. Wakes up, and she says, luckily you mumbled something about your address.
Right. But how did he get, did she drag him in?
She
because the other dude, Sam is confused.
Yeah, Sam doesn't know.
So
she had to drag him in there, I guess.
Into bed, yeah.
In the bed, yeah. Bo's there, and instantly, she just got into their life, and Sam was like, "Did you notice anything about her? She looks just like her sister." we could teach her to be your sister. We can go ahead with the scam because they had a big scam.
Right.
White Fire. I got to get the White Fire. They need Ingrid. Turns out in the end,
they don't.
They don't need Ingrid.
No.
Nothing. They make this poor woman go through all of this crap so that she's like, yeah, I'll do it. $50,000, sure.
Who do I got to lay?
Who do I got to lay?
Yeah.
Which, is she a prostitute?
I think so, yeah.
Because...
Yeah. I think it's covered later that she kind of escaped.
Yeah. She belongs to Fred Williamson.
Yeah.
The movie's terms, not mine. So she's like, sure, I'll do it. I'll get plastic surgery to look like your sister. Meanwhile, he's already like fallen in love with her. And you can see where it's going. He's like, hey,
okay,
you gotta do, I want you to look just like my sister. Also, I like you.
Here's my problem. Here's one of my problems with this movie.
One of them?
Yeah.
This is the only problem.
So she has to be fluent in Russian. So
fluent.
She has to cram in all of this Russian language learning.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly she has to learn how to drive a four-wheel drive Jeep, which is probably just as hard to learn as Russian.
It seems to be more important than anything else in the montage is that she learns to drive that goddamn Jeep.
She learns
it's
to
more
shoot.
important than the Russian, the shooting.
I don't know. She gets screamed at about the Russian. And smacked.
She does. He smacks her because
Yeah.
she's not, and she's like, "You keep comparing me to your damn sister." That's why
is
he
she
smacks
so
her.
important? Yeah. So,
don't you ever talk about my sister
But all
again.
of this, like all of that, would take probably 2 years. To be fluent in Russian. I'm guessing. I would say it's longer than that, but just to be passable in
Just
Russian,
to be
2 years.
safe, if this was like a Teen Titans Go episode, I would go back in time at least 3 years.
Right. But this is clearly happens in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
It sounded like my phone.
That was strange.
Do I have my phone?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It was just.
So yes, he teaches her.
Strange is this movie?
In a montage, she hasn't got her. She hasn't got her surgery. She goes to this place to get surgery. I was like, damn it, are they going to do a face-off? I really thought they were going to do a face-off.
It's a weird place, man. It's
So they go to this place to get surgery. It's like a. Boy, the 80s loved to just put leaves, fake plastic leaves over white pillars and be like, look at this. This is beautiful. It's a bunch of pretty ladies with a bunch of white pillars with leaves. It looks like a prom.
I feel like that was a song. Fake plastic leaves.
Fake plastic leaves and white pillars.
Radiohead did that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a little joke for Dr. Rob out there. He'll love that.
He doesn't like that album, though. He's more of a Kid A guy. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Oh, Kyle, are you a Kid A guy? I saw you. I saw you nod.
Kid A's cool.
Kid A's cool. I'm a wait. What's the national anthem? What's that on? Is that a Kid A? Dun 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 dun.
That's that's Kid A.
That's Kid A. I thought it was. Yeah, it's cool. Sorry. I'm not making fun of him. Get the Radiohead heads on my ass now. Oh yeah, so she goes to the spa cult thing, hospital, plastics. They go into this where it's going to be done.
It reminded me of like a scene from Fantasy Island.
Yes, that's a good call.
Yeah.
It was even like kind of Vaseline-y, foggy looking.
Right.
And they go into this room. She's like, "This is my operating room," and it's just like a piece of red plexiglass on top of two clear balls or something.
Yeah. It's perfect. I mean,
it's all we need.
Well, how do we know what should have been like? So, as far as we know, that's exactly what it should have been like.
This is when Fred Williams, Jesus Christ, Fred Williamson comes in. What kind of car is he driving? This is a question I had for you. It's a weird car. Did you notice the car he jumps in? Him and his gang. I couldn't.
I don't think I
figure
noticed
out what it was. This is where we also get the bandsaw scene of the Italian
brother.
I think I have it actually.
I hope you do. This scene is as intense as the flamethrower. I think.
I think I do. Let me see here. Saucy. Let's hope it plays without. All right. Oh, audio.
the audio? I don't understand.
This works every other time. Well, hell. Oh! We don't need audio. So for the listener,
watch the early blood. The early blood. There it was.
Yeah, already. It's the only shot they had. And
oh man, that's beautiful.
That was great.
That is good cinema.
So, is it still playing? Jesus.
Good cinema.
Boy, that was something else. That's the old trick where, like, you know.
What do you think of that?
Look awful.
You missed out. You missed out on it. What do you think? Are you jealous now? Bo's oiling his gun up, and here comes his new sister lover. She wasn't that brother juice.
I don't even think they needed to do. I just think he was like, "Hey,
yeah,
maybe we should make her look like my sister to really sell this."
I think so. He comes in, and she's had the surgery. They spent all this time, and then he says to her, "You sure you want to do this?" Oh, we're out of time. A little late, Bo. For our WDBX listeners on 91.1, hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to listen to the rest of it, go to 20in21, wherever podcasts are found, or go on YouTube and look up the same. Good night, Carbondale. Love you. And now, it's just the YouTube and the motherfucking podcast.
Now we can drink again.
Now we can drink. Wait, no, we can't.
No. We can
Still
drink,
on camera.
drink our.
Good night, Carbondale. You didn't do it this time.
No, I tried not to.
It was good.
I was looking away.
Good God, there's a scene with a caterpillar, these big, like, earth mover.
Yeah.
And here comes Fred in a lasso. I was feared for his life. I thought that thing was going to slide down the hill.
Yeah.
It was on a hill.
It was scary.
It was like, and he's on the side with the lasso.
Yeah. Not OSHA approved. Nothing in that scene is
No.
OSHA approved. Nothing about that mine is OSHA approved.
And not since the guy in Boogie Nights have I seen a man handle a lasso that well. He didn't have a lasso in the movie, but did he? I feel like in one of the ads for the thing, he had a lasso. Don Cheadle.
Why is there not a Boogie Nights 2?
Just without his permission, just like somebody makes it. Yeah, like they make Jaws and everything else. You're right. They should just franchise good movies. Why not? We're gonna make. Hey, by the way, I'm in the minority on this. I think. You know John Woo.
That'd be a good song, like Green Day or somebody should do that.
Ah, yeah. About the minority.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do something about America in general.
Just talk about how just we're a bunch of stupid boobs.
Yeah. Like a bunch of dummies.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Like idiotics.
Dumb Americas.
You guys are a bunch of idiotics.
Yeah. You bunch of stupid.
Stupid idiots.
You bunch of dumb fucks.
But in that British accent that we all love, because they're British, right?
They're British, yeah.
Yeah.
They got that British snarl.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
The Dropkick Murphys, they're all British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys from Boston, they're British.
They hate
the
British.
other guys are from Boston. You know. The guys that sing the song about New York. Christmas song. All right. So here we go. You sure you want to do this? He calls her Ingrid and then starts making her out with her. He calls her by his sister name.
Yeah.
Starts kissing her. The caterpillar, the lasso. It's the weirdest scene where the guy is being. Oh my God, we missed something. Or has it not happened yet?
Which one? You're gonna have to.
The Turkish oil wrestling.
Dude, I don't. That's the. I don't think it's happened yet because I know. I made note of that. So
the caterpillar chase is so goddamn confusing. All you have to do if you're being chased by big equipment So here comes a big thing, right? Just run this way. It does not have the capability to turn.
Right.
He's in the middle of like 3 of them, and it's as if he's surrounded by fucking wolves. Like he cannot figure out how to fucking get out of there.
Okay, there's a lovemaking scene that is so awkward where he's laying on his back. Is the chick that now looks like his sister,
whose name's actually
Olga. Yeah, is sitting up, and she's in a dress with like 47 tie things around her.
Yes,
and
I forgot about this.
he's laying on his back awkwardly, trying to untie. I'm like, why is he not sitting up? Because he refuses to. He just lays on his back the whole. The whole scene is so awkward.
He didn't want to show you that little pudge he's got when he sits up.
Oh, it's so weird.
He's got sit up belly.
Do you remember that scene?
No, I really don't. Honestly.
It's so.
I kind of do.
Awkward.
I thought you were going to talk about.
And then he has flashbacks to his real sister while they're making out.
While they're
he's
making out.
I can't do it yet. Probably because it's not her.
It's like I saw her breasts. Just these don't match up.
Right.
Can we do something about this?
He tells. So they come out of that. They're not making out anymore. He walks up to Sam, who's driving the boat. He's like, "Stay on course," and then they look, and they're anchored. They're like
not notice
50 feet off the bank.
I also love the fact that she is topless, and he's on the boat.
Right.
So you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Sam is literally like 10 feet away driving the boat.
Right.
And she's trying to bone.
Right.
Like, let's do this.
In the front of the boat.
Dad. Oh yeah, my dad's right up here. They were so ahead of their time. Pornhub should be paying a percentage to these guys. It was this and Flowers in the Attic and Caligula.
Yeah.
Made for today's world. Now.
There's a fly near the mic in the next scene.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's like, you can hear it for like 30 seconds. And then everybody acts like nothing's happening. I don't know how they didn't edit that out. And unless in the dubbing, there was a fly in the studio.
Oh my God, that'd be even better.
That
there
would
is
be.
a scene where some leaves of something falls in front of the camera. It's like a makeout scene on the beach or something. And they move back just a little bit. And the thing falls in front of the camera and they just leave.
The close-ups in this movie, dude. Some of the close-ups, like they get like here on him.
On him.
It might have been in that scene.
Yeah.
Like they.
Oh, it does. It goes right up to his eyes.
Right up to
it's like
his
a
eyes.
zoom up to his eyes, and then it does it to her, and that's when she starts transitioning into his sister, like going back and forth, and he can't. He can't get it up because it's not his full sister. He wants that sister juice. Now, this is when we also turn out his new lady is Hua, and that's why Fred, she's a sex worker. Fred has been looking for her. She escaped. He's going to a lot of trouble.
I've got Sonny Bono here for some reason. I don't know. Apparently somebody looked like Sonny Bono.
So they're going to go through with it. She's going to go back to work. They have a party. And they're like, let's have a party. Bo doesn't want to do it. They do it anyway. They have a party. She's going to go back to work. She said she's been on vacation. Even though the Italian lady saw her die, they're like, somehow she lived. She's back. They didn't put a hole in her head. I thought that would have been fun.
Right.
They gave her a little something. She's going to go to work out of nowhere. Oh, Fred goes to the Roman spa and tortures the women because, he's got to find his ex-sex worker. Out of nowhere, Bo has a freaking army.
Yeah. What do you mean out of nowhere? Did you not expect Bo to have an army?
Oh, this entire thing.
I expected
this entire plan hinged upon Olga turning into Ingrid,
right?
So she could go into the mine as Ingrid, get the white fire, and get out. At the end, he's just like, let's take this army and just go show up and steal it.
So this scene,
he turned her into his sister for nothing.
Oh, there was for something.
Well, it was for his boner. Besides that, it wasn't for anything.
So I've got the outdoor scene. So this is where the meeting is happening, right? So they hide in this building. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So there is a spider web on the pistol that they use in one scene. Like it's like a pistol to the face, and there's like a spider web from here to the hammer.
Because it was just sitting around, I guess. Oh, my God. I did
And then
not
there
catch
is...
that. Is that where the guy, like, spits blood out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Really badly?
She blew some guy's mouth off.
Yeah.
Like, it's like...
Yes.
The whole thing. That was awesome.
It was. There's, like, weird violence in, that's pretty fun in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood that is just like... It's like a slasher blood.
Well, Italians love their... I mean... A lot of the Italian movies I love from the 70s just are coated in that colored blood. So that was nothing to them. They're like, of course we're going to have some gore in here. Oh, yes, I have, there's an Italian shoe shine thing happening. We see, which the main guy says, watch the socks. Is that something you tell a shoe shine boy?
Well, you don't want
your socks to have shine on them?
Right.
I don't think he's going to do it. The whole freaking army shows up for Bo. That's when Fred also shows up with his army. There's another lit cave. Oh, and here is where Sam says, we're going to need a thermal lance or some kind of mechanical grab. So how about that, Kyle? Mechanical lance. Is that a thing?
That is a thing.
Or I'm sorry, thermal.
That is a thing?
Thermal lance. I'm sorry, thermal.
Not a thermal lance.
Oh,
well.
A mechanical lance, though? Do you think he mixed them up? Is it a thermal grab and a mechanical lance? And Sam said it backwards.
So the foreman of the mine,
guy in red,
yes, has
Halls, I think, something
has TNT in his pocket, in several of his pockets. He's just got huge things, and then it shows him like running up the hill.
Yeah.
And he has no TNT in his pocket.
TNT.
And then it goes to another, like they go in the mine, and he has TNT back in his pockets again.
Bo has TNT.
I thought that was good. Yes,
because he says
he
at least 3 times, he says, this will come in handy.
Yeah.
Look, we got it the first time,
we
Bo.
got it.
You have TNT. We get it. I don't know. I swear to God, he said it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Well, I mean, if I had TNT in my pockets, I'd be like, this is going to come in handy at some point. And then I would just keep referencing that because,
well, yeah,
in real life, it's cool as hell to have TNT.
Of course it is. And it's like the perfect kind. You can just light stick by stick.
Yeah.
And throw.
Yeah.
It's like cartoon TNT without the plunger.
Yeah. And without the coyote.
I just wrote down Bo has some weird hand motions here. I don't know if he turned into Trump or what. Then there's a shootout. I just said this shootout is incomprehensible. There's just like lots of little hills. You don't know where anybody is. They don't give you any relationship like to each other, so you don't know. There's just people looking and shooting and people falling. Bo's throwing dynamite. There's just shit blowing up. More stuntmen are on fire, and then it kicks in. White fire, white fire. White fire.
You hear that song so many times, and it never it never gets old.
It doesn't. It works every time.
Yes,
it's like
it makes me happy every time it comes on.
That song actually turns what should be this horrible movie into a better bad movie.
Right.
It's like Miami Connection. Like
Yeah.
if you have a good song that ties into your movie like that, it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And what's great about White Fire, there's 2 parts to it. One's like a ballad and very sad and almost like romantic. And the other part is the chorus, which is like just a rock and roll song.
Yeah.
It works for everything.
Yeah.
More stuntmen are on fire. Sam decides to crawl and then walk. There was a weird scene.
It was a weird scene.
Where they're like, come on, let's go. And it's like, God damn it, okay.
Yeah.
He just gets up.
It's like he'd given up on life,
So
and then he's
he-
like, fine.
And then,
Why does White Fire blow up? Is it?
I don't even remember what happens to White Fire.
Yeah,
to
it blows
be
up.
Perfectly honest with
And
you, it
that's
blows
what
up.
it caves in the mine.
Oh, that's right.
Only to be found during White Fire 2.
So yeah, they're trying to escape. The cave suddenly has multiple entrances. It gets real confusing. White Fire blows up somehow. And then Fred's there. You never know what Fred's going to do. He's a wild card. And then he's like, I can't let you leave. You got something belongs to me. By the way, Fred Williamson is awesome in this movie.
Yeah.
He's chewing up the scenery. And
He
Bo
turns out to not be such a bad guy.
No, Bo is smooth as can be.
Yep.
Bo's like, what do you say that I'm pretty sure Olga died in that cave-in. He's like, what you got in mind? And he throws him the diamonds. He's like, why don't you take those? And he's happy as can be. He's like, yeah, I got diamonds. And then he says some like cowboy stuff of like, I think you guys should get out of town or something like that. Then this weird thing happens where they grab Sam and Sam goes, I'll go my own way. It just stumbles off down the mountain while Bo and Ingrid go off into the distance. And And oh yeah, he said, "To think I was never fond of you." And then there's a little quick another flashback to when they were kids again. Bam, blue credits. I've never seen.
No. It's,
Like it looked like when your dad made credits for the home videos in 1987. Like, yeah, we got a blue screen with white letters.
Did you notice the first people on the credits?
No, I probably didn't.
Cameraman was the first guy listed, and the assistant cameraman. Yeah, second.
And the Steadicam operator. Those are the first three. I did notice that.
Like, where does that come from? Like, is that normal?
I bet it's Turkish. I bet it's Italian or Turkish law.
Turkey, yeah.
All right. Well, comes that time of the show where
I loved this
ask
movie.
yourselves if this movie tied the room together. It's an Arrow release. If you know me or pay much attention, there's Arrow stuff all over this house. So I'm going to buy this movie.
I feel like this movie was so ludicrous that we couldn't even touch. Like, I feel like our description of this movie is so boring.
It was so boring
and
and mundane compared to the movie.
The movie was just obscene. It was outstanding. It was
incestual, exciting, funny.
Something unexpected around every corner, and then then something completely expected around every corner, and then it was just.
I love it. I want to see the. We got to find at least one of the other directors' movies, and we need to watch the Exterminator series with this guy.
The Exterminator looked really good.
So, but yeah, I say it ties it together like nothing else.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy the show, tell folks about it. And all that kind of stuff.
White fire. White fire.
Hey, you know what? That's a great idea.
Play it.
We gotta get out of here.
Play it, dude.
On a good note. So
hopefully the audio doesn't cut.
Yeah, never mind.
Try it.
It's not gonna work.
It's worth it.
All right, there it is.
Cold as ice.
Oh, back super fast. Since Kyle is here, intern Kyle, we need to do this. Kyle, what do you think of Whitefire? Now, having not watched Whitefire, was our description of Whitefire? Do you want to watch Whitefire? Did it sound good? Are you confused by Whitefire, or do you not want to watch Whitefire?
I would watch it now. I'd say the movie sounds just as intense and crazy as the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
all right.
I would check it out.
Right.
All right. Kyle's going to check out.
I feel like we've done our job selling the movie.
We have.
I did find one interesting item here.
Oh, nice. What do you got?
The French director, I think Jean-Marie Palardy is the name.
Yes.
Of course, his name's Jean-Marie.
Yeah.
Well, Whitefire was his most ambitious project.
But it was quite ambitious.
Before that, he did softcore porn.
We got to find those.
That ties up some things.
Ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He was.
Right.
He was.
Yeah.
He really was. All right. Everybody, thanks for watching.
That's awesome.